Now, breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
And breaking at noon, we now know the name of the man charged with a serious crash in North Raleigh. The list of charges the driver now faces.
And our next weather maker is moving across the country with showers and thunderstorms. I'll show you when the rain arrives here and how it could affect your holiday travel.
A man charged with killing a Wake Med police officer is due in court this afternoon, and we'll be there as Benji Barton Jr. faces the judge.
Our next weather maker is a cold front crossing the country. It's bringing rain and storms to our west. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Chris Levingood. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner is in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with a look at just how it could affect your holiday travel.
It's likely to move through here late on Wednesday into Thursday, and behind it, we're going to see some much colder temperatures. In the meantime, out ahead of it, we'll see a big warm up. Highs will be in the 70s tomorrow and Wednesday.
Family, friends, and fans are mourning the loss of reggae legend Jimmy Cliff. His wife announced his death this morning via social media, saying he died from a seizure followed by pneumonia. The 81-year-old singer was perhaps best known for his song, The Harder They Come. That's the title of the movie it was featured and credited for helping to spread the popularity of reggae. Cliff was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2010 and is the only Jamaican, aside from Bob Marley, to achieve that honor.
John F. Kennedy's granddaughter, Tatiana Schlossberg, may only live another year. The daughter of Caroline Kennedy and Edwin Schlossberg announced she has terminal cancer in a heartbreaking essay. Her doctor diagnosed her with acute myeloid leukemia with a rare mutation last year. The blood disease is mostly seen in older people. Schlossberg also criticized her cousin, HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr., for implementing funding cuts for research and technology that could help fight certain cancers. An oral version of the active ingredient in Ozempic and Wegovy did not slow the progression of Alzheimer's disease in closely watched trials. In two Phase 3 trials, Novo Nordisk evaluated whether an older pill form of semaglutide worked better than a placebo. The drug was safe and led to improvements in Alzheimer's-related biomarkers, but did not delay disease progression. Shares of Novo Nordisk fell this morning after the announcement.
And back here in the WRAL Live Center, severe weather across the country is threatening what could be a very, very busy Thanksgiving travel week. NBC News reporting at least 9 million people face the risk of severe storms in today, especially in Texas. I'm taking a look at FlightAware right now just to see what the airports across the country look like. Total delays right now, 2,230. Just to put this into perspective, this morning, that was at about 500. So that has gone up a lot. Total cancellations right now, 226. Obviously, Dallas-Fort Worth seeing the most delays in cancellations right now because of a storm that moved over Texas. 580 delays, 96 cancellations. Here closer to home at RDU, 30 delays and 2 cancellations. Now, there will be 2 storm systems this week. A separate storm system will move across the upper Midwest into New England through Wednesday. The 2 storm systems could cause flight delays and also those dangerous driving conditions, because I know a lot of people are opting to drive rather than fly.
Definitely got to be careful on the roads there. Thank you, Michelle. So some of you might have awoken this morning to frost, but the temperature was above freezing at the time. Meteorologist Chris Michaels explains how that's possible in today's Ask the Meteorologist.
And so we're going to help you make sense of that, because it does. It seems weird that you would walk outside, the temperature is 36, but you see frost around. So there's a couple factors into that. The air temperature is measured about 2 meters or 6 feet above the ground, just so that we're not getting any kind of influence from the ground like blacktop or concrete. However, that cold air continues to sink down to the ground level. So the grass could actually be about 32 degrees Fahrenheit, at which point you would see some frost. There's other things like our car windshields or the roofs on our house that radiate heat more efficiently, meaning they cool down quickly. So yeah, the air temperature could be 35, 36, 37, but that surface temperature is down to about 32. Now, in terms of our chances of frost, not happening tomorrow, definitely not happening Wednesday morning. Thursday morning, Thanksgiving, it'll be cold, but not enough for frost. It'll be cold Black Friday morning, but maybe a little too windy for frost to develop. And then Saturday, looking at lows in the 20s. We've got you covered every step of the way as we look ahead to the Thanksgiving holiday weekend forecast. Whether you're here or traveling, make sure you download the free WRAL weather app.
All this weather talk just got me to remember that our WRAL severe weather team is ready to roll out their winter weather predictions tonight. You can watch it on WRAL News at 6 o'clock.
And after several winters without any snow last year, you may remember we finally got several inches of snow around here, so we broke the snow drought.
We did, yes.
More to come.
Yeah, almost 5 inches of snow last winter.
Yeah.
Would be nice to see that again, but hold on. At 6 o'clock tonight, we'll talk about what the pattern looks like for this winter, and we'll give you our snowfall forecast. Right now, it looks lovely out. People are out walking around without their coats here in downtown Raleigh. It's just very pleasant out there for us right now, and that will continue for at least a little bit. 62 is our current temperature, and we'll climb all the way up to 65 tomorrow. And the next day or so after that, we're going to see even warmer temperatures. Big warm up in our forecast. 64 in Fayetteville, 61 Rocky Mount, still 59 in Roxborough. Looking at low 60s all across the Triangle area. 62 in Cary, 60 in Garner, 60 in Wake Forest. So it's comfortable, especially with the sunshine, and it's not too windy out there today either. Mid 60s in Raleigh and Durham, almost 70 in Fayetteville with lots and lots of sunshine. Here comes our next weather maker. Michelle was just talking about that a few minutes ago, and you can see that strong line of thunderstorms moving through Dallas. There were some severe thunderstorm warnings along that line. The storms stretch all the way up towards St. Louis and will continue to slide eastward, heading into our area late tomorrow. We might have a few rumbles of thunder, but we're not looking at the kind of severe weather that they could see back to the west. Late Tuesday night into the first half of the day on Wednesday, we rolled through Futurecast just a few minutes ago, and we'll go over it again coming up in just a little while. Let's talk temperatures though first. 61 is our normal high, 74 on Wednesday. Could come within 2 degrees of the record. The record for Wednesday is actually 76 degrees, so really close to a record. And then temperatures drop Thursday and Friday back into the 50s. Thanksgiving Day forecast, we may start in the 60s, but we'll see temperatures dropping into the mid 50s as we get into the afternoon. It's likely to be fairly breezy to windy. We could have some winds gusting up to 25, maybe even 30 miles per hour Thanksgiving and again on Friday. So it'll be windy and colder. The coolest Thanksgiving day since 2018 was 50 degrees for high temperature. So, it's been 5 or 6 years since it's been quite that chilly. Our lowest wind chill that we'll end up seeing over the next several days is going to be Friday morning, 26 in Raleigh, 26 Rocky Mount, 28 in Fayetteville. That's the wind chill. We'll see temperatures close to freezing. I remember it wasn't that long ago where, everybody lined up at 5 a.m. to get the deals, and people it just doesn't really work the same way anymore. So hopefully there won't be too many people out Black Friday morning with those cold temperatures. Again, looking at 33 on Friday morning, 27 on Saturday morning, but the wind will be a little bit lighter at that point. We're all excited about hockey for the holidays. If you're headed out to the Canes game on Wednesday, even though we have rain in the forecast, it should be dry during the evening, and we're excited to broadcast the game here on WRAL on Wednesday evening. Thursday, Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and then Small Business Saturday. Coming up, we're going to talk more about how much rain total we could see Tuesday and Wednesday.
Thanks, Elizabeth. Coming up on our news this evening, shootings in the street. 2 shootings on Wake County roads in just a matter of days. We're asking for answers about why violence is spreading into public places. That's later today at 5.
Plus, snow lovers, go ahead and listen close here. We are revealing our winter weather outlook tonight. So we're going to break down our snow chances for the season tonight at 6. Packing for Thanksgiving travel. 5 on your side has the highest rated luggage options for you.
And app battle. What a recent survey reveals about social media use and which ones are more popular with certain people. When you're packing for travel, the type of bags you have can make or break your trip. 5 on your side's Ashley Rowe shares which ones hold up the best when you're on the move.
Consumer Reports says hard shell luggage can offer travelers some real benefits.
A hard shell is going to give you better protection if you're packing fragile items, and it's going to offer more security because it can't be ripped open as easily, and a lot of them come with the built-in locks. Plus, it also keeps you from overstuffing your bag.
Just remember, a carry-on bag may seem like it'll fit in the overhead bin, but that's not always the case. The latest Consumer Reports investigation found that about 2/3 of carry-on bags tested were larger than the maker claimed.
Before you head to the airport, double check your carry-on against your airline size limits. If the bag's too big, you may have to check it, and that can mean extra money.
2 top-rated Consumer Reports carry-ons. The Amazon Basics 21-inch hard-side spinner is affordable, durable, and easy to pull. And the Samsonite Outline Pro carry-on spinner performed great when it came to carrying and pulling, and it really stood out for its construction. For checked luggage, brands like iFly, Away, and Traveler's Choice were well rated by CR members. Consumer Reports also recommends using a travel backpack as your personal item. The best ones fit under the seat, help you stay organized, and double as a day pack once you land. And don't forget the warranty. Many luggage brands offer 5 to 10-year coverage for defects like broken zippers, wheels, or stitching. Ashley Rowe, 5 on your side.
Amazon is recalling a playpen because of risk of serious injury. Parents, pay attention to this. The Consumer Product Safety Commission says this product is made by manufacturer Anna Queen, and the agency says the product is not up to standards for play yards. We know that regulators say that playpens, I should say. Regulators say that babies could get trapped under the mattress or even between the side of the product and the mattress itself. Amazon sold dozens of this item this year for about $100. And if you have this, stop using it immediately and contact Anna Queen for a full refund. A new study reveals which social media platforms Americans visited the most in 2025. Plot twist, it's not TikTok. According to the Pew Research Center, YouTube was the most used social media platform this year. Facebook came in second, followed by Instagram. Only 21% of adults use X. The study also found TikTok is most popular among 18 to 29-year-olds.
A gold pocket watch recovered from a man who died on the Titanic sold at auction over the weekend for $2.3 million. That is the highest price ever for a piece of Titanic memorabilia. The watch was recovered from the body of Isidore Straus, who went down with the ship alongside his wife, Ida. Isidore Straus was a partner in Macy's department store. The 18-karat Jules Jurgensen watch remained in the Strauss family for more than a century before this past weekend's auction.
High demand, low stock. Local food pantries are preparing for more requests for food assistance this holiday season. How you can help volunteers help others.
Staying on track, some patients taking GLP-1s might consider pausing during the holiday. Doctors stress, though, the importance of staying the course, how you can still enjoy the family feast without destroying your progress. And here's a look at the winning North Carolina Education Lottery numbers.
Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
With just days to go until Thanksgiving, food banks in our area are preparing for an increase in demand. WRAL's Ali Calabar was at Catholic Charities in Raleigh this morning as it gets ready for the rush.
They're expecting to serve about 300 families just today, and they're going to serve a cart of groceries like this one. This is only expected to last a family about a week, but they're expecting to serve double the number of families that they usually do.
And CEO of Catholic Charities, Lisa Perkins, says that Thanksgiving, it's a time when families want to gather together around a meal, but they may not be able to afford the ingredients to do so.
I think like all of us, families are really looking for a time when they can get together and fellowship and really spend time with their families. These are working families, they just need a little bit of help.
But Perkins says more families are needing that little bit of help, especially earlier this month, with the government being shut down and concerns over SNAP benefits.
What it did is it drove up our numbers significantly.
Perkins says that's a reason why their shelves are emptier than normal.
The food is just going so much faster because our numbers are rapidly accelerating. And so as you see, usually we wouldn't have empty shelves, but the demand is just hard to keep up with at this time.
Hard to keep up with, but not impossible.
it's our goal to be able to help anyone that comes to our door.
And they're asking the community or anyone who can donate for monetary donations. Reporting in Raleigh, Ali Katlabar, WRAL News.
And the U.S. turkey population is at its lowest level in nearly 4 decades. According to the American Farm Bureau Federation, the turkey flock is an estimated 195 million birds this year. The lower number is due to multiple outbreaks of avian disease illnesses. Lower supply will likely mean higher prices for some shoppers. There is a silver lining, though. Even amid tighter supply, industry experts do not anticipate any major shortage of turkey this holiday season.
AAA predicts a record number of Americans will travel at least 50 miles from home this Thanksgiving holiday period. And more people on the road means, well, the more possibility of wrecks. The crash rate for the Sunday after Thanksgiving is 65% higher than the previous Sunday. It's the busiest travel day of the year. Millions of Americans head home, and commercial trucks and delivery drivers return to the road. Experts say drivers can reduce their risk by leaving earlier in the day. You can also avoid driving at night and giving extra space around large trucks. Looking ahead to the holiday this week, Go Raleigh buses will not be running on Thanksgiving Day. Keep that in mind. The service is canceled on Thursday, but it will return Friday. Buses in Durham will be running on a Sunday level schedule. And officials also want to remind you to expect heavier traffic around the Raleigh Union Station this week.
Turkey is the star of the Thanksgiving table, but let's not forget the sides. Some people on GLP-1 drugs may consider pausing their meds for a time, but it's not without potential risks. Ted Lindner shares important recommendations from doctors.
With Thanksgiving and the rest of the busy holiday season right around the corner, much of this time of year is typically centered around food, and lots of it. But for people on GLP-1 weight loss drugs that restrict their appetites, some might want to take a break from their medications so they won't feel as full. Doctors are advising caution, though, with many telling folks not to go cold turkey.
I wouldn't do it on my own, so I would consult with the physician that prescribed the medication for you, because the best way to do it is to try to reduce the dose if possible.
Dr. Hani Takla, a bariatric and general surgeon, says the body can go through a lot of changes when these medications are stopped, like impacts to blood sugar levels. This can be problematic if people with diabetes are taking GLP-1s for both diabetes and weight loss management. Pausing these medications can also cause some people to start overeating.
The hunger sensation will start to come back more than usual, so people may actually overeat a little bit, and that can actually cause problems like nausea and other issues too.
There can even be a risk a person's body may stop responding to these drugs when they start retaking them.
Or they've been on a higher dose and, now that dose is not effective.
Instead of fully stopping GLP-1 use, doctors may recommend other strategies to help their patients' appetites.
Focusing more on taking your proteins in at the beginning of your meals rather than the calories, or eating a little bit more fiber in your diet. Spacing out your meals, walking after meals is also important.
That was Ted Lindner reporting. Doctors say patients can experience serious side effects by taking a holiday break from their meds, such as severe nausea, worsening blood sugar, and blood pressure.
A Thanksgiving tradition. We got a sneak peek at what the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade has in store for you.
And wrong way driver, the intense pursuit by a deputy to catch that driver to avoid anyone getting hurt. Remember, you can watch WRAL News live anytime on WRAL.com or the WRAL app on your streaming device.
Oh, what a beautiful, beautiful Monday afternoon in Beaufort as we're taking a look at clear blue skies. Not mad at it as you're watching WRAL News, available on Spectrum and the WRAL app on your TV or streaming device. We're waiting to see the results of a rabies test for a dog that killed a woman in Sampson County. That attack happened just before 6:30 last night at a home on North Peavine Road. The Sampson County Sheriff's Office says the woman had been caring for the dog for several weeks. Deputies killed that dog on scene, and the victim's name has not been released.
A Washington deputy races to stop a wrong-way driver. Dashcam video from Washington State shows the deputy conducting a traffic stop, then suddenly run toward his cruiser. And that's because he saw a driver on the other side of the highway driving the wrong way. The deputy finally caught up with that speeding driver after reaching speeds of more than 100 miles per hour. The 55-year-old female driver was arrested for suspicion of DUI. Today, Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups is expected to plead not guilty to federal gambling charges. Billups is accused of being part of an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia. Prosecutors say Billups used his fame to attract high rollers to poker tables equipped with X-ray technology and altered shuffling machines. According to an indictment, crime families backed the games. Billups is one of 31 people charged in this scheme.
No place like number one. Wicked for Good conjures up a win at the box office. How the film outpaced its predecessor.
And fancy footwork. The year was 1985, and the Chicago Bears had one thing in mind: the Super Bowl. How a rap and a line dance became a part of pop culture.
Football players doing a rap song.
The Carolina Panthers are gearing up for primetime football tonight. The Panthers will be taking on the San Francisco 49ers on ESPN. Carolina is coming off a victory last week against the Falcons and will take sole possession of first place in the NFC South with another win tonight. Kickoff in San Francisco is set for 8:15.
This is a tough read for me. The Chicago Bears lead the NFC North after defeating the Pittsburgh Steelers in another nail-biter. Our producer's a Bears fan. She's making me read this. After rallying in the final 2 minutes the previous 3 weeks, the Bears held on to a late lead this time. Caleb Williams threw for 3 touchdowns as Chicago beat the Steelers 31-28. The team's 4-game winning streak has some fans looking ahead to the Super Bowl, which brings us back to this throwback.
What do you think of football players doing a rap song and a line dance?
I didn't come here looking for trouble. I just came to do the Super Bowl shuffle.
What the heck have we gotten ourselves into?
The Super Bowl shuffle. Yeah, so the shuffle looks at how the 1985 Chicago Bears recorded the Super Bowl shuffle before they'd even made it to the big game. The documentary shuffles onto HBO Max tomorrow, and the Bears take on the Eagles this Friday. Wednesday night at 7, do not miss Hockey for the Holidays. It is live on WRAL. Watch the Carolina Hurricanes take on the New York Rangers for a pre-feast face-off. All the hits, the saves, and the goals right here on WRAL. It's Hockey for the Holidays, again, only on WRAL.
And Thursday is all about family, turkey, and football. But it starts with the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade right here on WRAL. Mark Barger gives an early look.
So welcome to the party.
This time last year,
Don't make us cry, Mark.
Savannah Guthrie and Hoda Kotb were bracing.
And I've tried not to think about it being our last one together.
For a bittersweet
There he is, my old pal Tom Turkey.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Hoda's on the naughty list for leaving us.
But surprise, surprise, this Thursday, Hoda is back.
Listen, we must have been very, very good because we asked Santa for Hoda back for the parade, and we're getting her.
That's right. She's gift wrapped. We're going to open up that present Thursday morning.
She's never looked better.
As we wrap things up, here's a look at a few of the headlines that we're following today. The man accused of killing a Wake Med police officer in Gardner is set to appear in court this afternoon. 29-year-old Benji Martin Jr. is charged with murder in the shooting death of Officer Roger Smith on November 8th. WRAL will be in the courtroom, and we'll share what we learned during our later newscasts.
A Wake County man is facing 9 charges in connection to a state highway patrol chase that ended in a crash early this morning. 27-year-old Manuel Zambrano Cedeno is charged with felony fleeing and eluding arrest, felony hit and run, And driving while impaired. The chase started on Forest Road when a trooper tried to pull him over for speeding. A trooper was eventually able to stop and arrest him on Falls of Noose Road. He is being held on a $40,000 bond.
Charitable spending is up nationally and across our state. Secretary of State Elaine Marshall says North Carolinians donated more than $48 million from July last year through June this year. That is a $21 million increase from last year. Marshall says that jump may be because of people's generosity during the aftermath of Helene.
The Raleigh-Oakwood community is celebrating the much-needed makeover of Valley Henderson Park. The park was established in the memory of the Oakwood Garden Club's founder. Updates include a new brick path, which is made up of these engraved bricks donated by members of the Garden Club and community. Other upgrades include new outdoor tables and benches. Fences were updated, and there's now a new gazebo.
I think it's very important that, as a community, we keep the neighborhood, we preserve areas like this and offer it just not to us, but to the surrounding community of Raleigh itself.
Renovations on the park began in July. Wicked for Good casts a spell at the box office, surging to the top. Part 2 of the Broadway musical adaptation brought in $226 million globally and $150 million here in the U.S. That is more than the $112 million the original Wicked made in its release weekend last November. Combined, the two films cost around $300 million to produce, not including marketing and promotion costs. The first film, though, made over $758 million worldwide and, received 10 Oscar nominations.
It
did
good.
well.
It was a good movie. Actor and performer Donald Glover is opening up about a health condition that made him cancel his world tour last year. He revealed he suffered a stroke last year during his global tour. Not long after that stroke, doctors discovered he had a hole in his heart. The 5-time Grammy winner had 2 surgeries to treat that issue, and Glover thanked his fans for their love, privacy, and support. Definitely hope he gets better.
A special honor for the most commercially successful black actor of all time. The American Film Institute will present Eddie Murphy with the 51st Life Achievement Award next spring. The 64-year-old actor and comedian got his major break at age 19 on Saturday Night Live. He's gone on to play beloved roles in films such as The Nutty Professor, Coming to America, and Shrek. The award is given to a single honoree each year and is considered the highest honor for a career in film. Other honorees include Denzel Washington, George Clooney, and Meryl Streep. Holiday job scam warning. It turns out thieves aren't only trying to steal your packages. Today at 4, the role they could play in finding a job this season.
NBC News Daily is next on WRAL with your next local update in 30 minutes.
You can get breaking news updates anytime with the WRAL News app. Have a wonderful Monday.
Keep watching WRAL News over the air Channel 34 and Spectrum Channel 1257.